Get me Jinx, and I'll give you your nation of Zaun.
Wow. Ultimate moment of truth.
Ooh, bacon.
Greetings, my tasty morsels. It's Reverse BLT here. Welcome back to the channel. We are finally here. The moment I've both dreaded and greatly anticipated. It is time for the season finale of Arcane. This episode 9, is entitled The Monster You Created. I'm thinking of several people that could apply to. It could refer to Jace having become someone who embraces political pragmatism on a level that leads him to do some things that are that probably would have been considered unimaginable to him before all of this started. But I think it refers mostly to two characters who I think started out kind of pure and got corrupted, and that would be Powder, obviously, who has become Jinx, and we saw got injected with probably a holy shit ton of shimmer and who knows what else, and you know, who knows what else was done to her besides being injected with stuff by the doctor who works for Silco in an effort to save her life after she basically kamikazed on the bridge leading to Piltover. And the other person would be Victor, who appears to have decided that he's willing to pay the ultimate sacrifices in order to achieve his goals with the Hextech, the next stage of Hextech development, I guess. Both to save his own life and also to, I think, just to see how far he can go, to be perfectly honest. I think he's very much just like a true scientist in that sense. He just wants to see what's possible. He's definitely the Victor Von Doom of this show, which I think is fitting that he's named Victor. And we saw that Lil Man Echo survived and apparently is forging some sort of partnership with the disgraced Heimerdinger who found him on the bridge. So I'm definitely curious to see where this is all gonna go. It looks like full-out war might break out between Zaun, or the Undercity, and Piltover, partially being kind of egged on by Medarva's.
Say it right.
Is it Medarva? No, Medarda. I always turn her name into Medarva. Medarda's mother, who appears to be a kind of a warmongering emperor of another kingdom or state. I think people were saying this is called Noxus. I was thinking it was something else, because I think she said the name of something in the previous episode where we got introduced to her, but I'm guessing it was maybe a kingdom she was conquering, or maybe a city-state within that kingdom. I don't really know how large her territory is, but she seems like almost like a Genghis Khan or something, so I would imagine that her territory might be the largest of the territories in this world. I don't know if the series is going to tell me that or not, but it's neither here nor there. She clearly is quite aggressive and is willing to do whatever it takes to expand her holdings and to keep her holdings once she does. Her daughter, Medarda, seems not to quite share those ideals, which I had originally thought was what the character was. I thought Medarda was basically what her mother appears to be, and that was why she was manipulating Jace, but I guess she really was just trying to protect the city, but not willing to go quite as far as her mother would be willing to go under similar circumstances. Anyway, there's no real point in trying to hold off the inevitable. I am sure this finale is going to reach into my chest, pull out my heart, and make me watch as it devours it. But I started this journey, and damn it, I'm gonna finish it. So let's see what we've got in store for us here. Ah, yes, the young boy who lost his life to Jace's rampage down here in the Undercity. Makes it real for you. I'm hoping this will be a wake-up call to him that maybe he's gone just a little too far. I know Vi really wanted to destroy Silco, but of course he had a choice.
He knew what he was signing up for.
You trying to convince him,
We're
or
done
you?
here.
We haven't even scratched the surface. Silco's still out there.
Do you not understand? I am part of this now.
You've always been a part of this. You just never had to look it in the eye. One dead kid? There's hundreds more where he came from, thanks to Silco and thanks to people like you who stuck their heads in the dirt.
This is over.
Not for me.
Take those off.
And you should have built the failsafe into that. Those guards are like, this alliance didn't last long. Sad part is that both of them have valid points and are both wrong at the same time, you know? I mean, just more violence probably isn't really going to solve anything, but also running away from it's not going to solve anything. You got to find some other approach that sort of threads the middle, but it's difficult to do. That's why diplomacy is such a hard thing.
We all mourn the loss of your son, Rennie. At least we have the solace of knowing he died fighting for our cause, instead of some petty personal dispute.
You're one to talk about sacrificing for the cause. Where is Jinx anyhow?
Help her with the body.
That conversation is echoing in your head, isn't it? Nah, that's such a shame about her. Why does it sound like voices are talking to him, though?
Victor, I know this will probably never see the light of day, but watching how you work so tirelessly to make the world a better place, well, I couldn't forgive myself if I didn't try.
It's talking to him. What does it want? Is Heimerdinger right? Is it basically evil? Or is it one of those things where it becomes colored by the will of whoever interfaces with it? And maybe Victor was always kind of dark deep down inside. Can't do it. Would that even have done anything? Shit, well, I guess that answers that question. It does have a will, and it's decided to exert it.
Mel, would you like...
Slap!
I can't believe you'd start a war just to cover your ass.
I would set the world ablaze to protect our family.
No. I stopped being part of this family the moment you cast me out. Why? Why did you do it?
Because you weakened me. I couldn't endure the look in your eyes whenever I made the decisions, the necessary decisions to keep us safe.
It reminds me of Babylon 5 when Delenn went away so that Sheridan would feel free to wage war more intensely than he had been. So he could take the gloves off, so to speak. Take your place
at my side. It's where you belong.
I'm sorry. I don't know where you'd have preferred.
I'm surprised he still has to use that. And that he's still coughing. Or is it just all in his head?
Am I interrupting?
The irony.
You have to destroy it. I know. The Hex Core. I I can't do it.
What about your disease? Without the hex core?
Promise me.
Okay. Okay. I promise.
We lost ourselves. Lost our dream. In the pursuit of great, we failed to do good. We have to make it right.
So often the way it goes. Now's the time for the coup.
You're too young to remember what the Undercity was before it became an enterprise. We had nothing. You know what bore us through those times? Loyalty. Brothers and sisters back to back against whatever the world threw at us. Now I'm forced to share the air with parasites like you.
Today's the day you die, Silco.
That's a risk I've known all my life. But I still believe in loyalty. I would have had your son killed for this, though I suppose we're ahead on that account. Get out.
He knew there was a chance that she
We
would choose
attempted.
against him, though.
Not for a worm like
See
him,
it. Man, it's some damn good animation.
but he won't be the last.
Little
Perfect place for an
backdoor
ambush.
diplomacy.
And you without your hammer.
Silco does a
Free
lot
trade
to
routes.
just like
Blanket
constantly assert
amnesty,
dominance over
unrestricted
people.
access to the Hex Gate sovereignty. You really think you're in a position to demand all this?
A big display followed by a request for parley. You're tipping your hand. You're afraid.
I am afraid. Today I got a glimpse of what war between us might look like. Your people wouldn't stand a chance. The Council couldn't care less. I'm trying to save you from annihilation. Return the gemstone. And I need Jinx. She has to pay for what she's done. If I had it my way, it'd be you rotting in Stillwater. But we can't make a deal with a snake and cut off its head. We both have our shitty parts to play. Get me Jinx, and I'll give you your nation of Zon.
Wow. Ultimate moment of truth.
Astonishing. You say all this came about in your own brief lifespan? How were you able to accomplish so much so quickly?
Because our lifespans are so brief.
Why this form? Surely there are more efficient and safer methods of transportation.
It's not enough to give people what they need to survive. You have to give them what they need to live.
That's right. Survival is easy, relatively speaking. But actually managing to create a level of survival that feels good,
this moment.
much harder.
Never like this. All we ever wanted. The boy didn't even haggle. And what do I lose but problems? Oh, it all makes sense now, brother.
No. They weren't literal brothers, right? I figure this is an Xavier and
Is there
Magneto
anything
kind of
still
situation.
under as a daughter?
Even though, fun fact, Stan Lee originally planned for Magneto and Xavier to be actual literal brothers. It's an interesting little flash. What the hell?
This
Oh, he's just trying to get a fight going? Hey, it's the jukebox from the credits. I assume that's Vi that just walked in. Wants a rematch. I think someone in the comments said that this technology is called Chemtech as opposed to the Hextech or something like that. I always love when characters survive stuff that should have killed them. Was it like release energy waves? Or is it because of the interaction between it and the Hextech? Tell you, Vi, you're too damn headstrong sometimes.
I wish I could say it gets easier, kiddo, but I'd be lying. What I can say is, she still needs you. They all do. So what do you say?
Alright, so there is a weird interaction between the Chemtech and the Hextech. It's interesting. Oh. Was that meant to be part of it, or is that just something she somehow discovered she could do? Alright, so are you gonna kill her? Because, I don't really think you can leave her alive.
Bravo, sis.
Man, Jinx has a habit of kind of like creeping out of the shadows like a
activities in the underground have shown me
demon from like a Japanese or Korean horror movie.
Live there. They're right not to trust us.
You're walking a fine line, Jace.
With respect, I don't give a shit what any of you think of me anymore. Except you. You were right. My days here are numbered, but I've come with Victor, my partner, and a Zonite, with one final proposal.
Jace has brokered a peace with Silco in exchange for the Undercity's independence.
What nonsense! We have received.
What I feel like this is more about just arrogance than anything else. Like, more than economic concerns or security concerns. They just want to be in control.
Really thought I buried this place. But I should have known better.
Powder?
Nothing ever stays dead.
No. This is the
Are we
worst
alone?
outcome possible.
For now.
I was really hoping that Powder would be able to come back.
Silco thinks he made Jinx. With all his rants and his hard-won lessons. Like everything was the same as when Vander left him. But he didn't make Jinx. You did.
I never meant to leave you.
You never left. Shadows in the streets. prickles on the back of my neck. Your voice pushing me, picking me up when all the colors were black. You're the reason I'm still alive.
I spent so many nights.
She's decided that the only way she can really be free is to kill her sister, hasn't
bloody,
she?
Counting the hours. The only thing that kept me going was the thought of getting back to you.
Are we still sisters?
Nothing is ever going to change that.
I always knew you'd come back.
What's going on?
He took everything from us. Right here, he stabbed Vander in the back. Just like he planned to with me. All the time saying you abandoned me when he knew the truth.
Some of you guys were telling me that crows have a symbolism for evil or demons
We're
or
missing
something.
someone.
Oh, sweetie. Oh, please don't be what I think it is.
I paid your girlfriend a visit this morning.
What did you do?
I made her a snack. Sheesh, I'm not that crazy.
Oh, they got me too. Honestly, I was expecting it to be a what's in the box moment.
Powder! Leave her out of this!
Where should I sit? That's your choice, really. Make her go away. Please. Send her on her way in. And you can have Powder back.
That's not fair.
I can't. No! Powder, listen. We can just go. We'll leave and never come back. We'll put this behind us. You'll never have to see him again, Powder.
What do you have to say about that?
Her name is Jinx. She's lying. You'll be with her a day before she realizes you aren't that girl anymore and turns her back on you.
You wouldn't lie to me. Not again.
I'm not lying. I'm on your side. I promise.
Shut up! We're talking.
The Topsiders offered me everything, all in return for you. They can all burn. Everyone betrays us, Jinx. Vander. Her. They will never understand. It's only us. You're my daughter. I'll never forsake you.
Drop the gun!
That's like a minigun. It takes time to warm up before it can even fire a single shot.
Please.
So she could kill you 5 times before you could shoot at her.
No! Stop!
Drop the gun.
Wait! She's my sister.
Vi, she's too far gone.
You see, now finish it.
Damn it, Powder! Wake up! Remember who you are and sorry. I'm sorry.
I never would have given you to them. Not for anything. Don't cry. You're perfect.
No matter what she had to lose.
Powder?
I don't think Powder's in there anymore,
okay.
sweetie.
I thought maybe you could love me like you used to. Even though I'm different. But you changed too. So, here's to the new us.
I am the monster you created. And I needed you more. I hope you know we had everything.
Sweetie, you don't have to do this.
And you broke me and left these pieces.
Damn it.
We'll show them. We will show them all.
I want you to lose like I when I play what could have been.
I support Councillor Talus's proposal for peace.
Jeez, they were this close.
I am your ghost, a fallen angel. You ripped out my parts. I couldn't care.
Now this is dramatic irony. They literally get everything they wanted, and it doesn't even matter now. It was going to be a unanimous decision. Oh, baby, why?
What could have been?
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me right now? How the fuck are you going to end the season there? There's cliffhangers and then there's just being a dick. Okay? Well, I guess obviously there's going to be a season 2. Someone was saying something about the gold markings because I was wondering about all the gold stuff on Medarda's body. And they were saying that we would find out. So I guess it's some sort of shield or something because it looked like it was activating a shield in response to an incoming threat. But, I mean, it looks like, I guess I have no choice but to call her Jinx from now on. Because she clearly has wiped out the last vestiges of powder. Looks like her weapon is designed to distribute shimmer all over Piltover. So I guess she wants to turn the entire city into monsters, or I don't know, OD them? Is that a thing? I have no idea what she's trying to achieve with that, unless it's just going to be a massive explosion and that's it. I really don't know the rules of how all the tech and everything works in this reality. You know, I just still don't know enough about them to really figure it out what her plan was there. But now it's just going to be, regardless if anyone survives, it's just going to be chaos. You know, is Silco, for better or worse, at least he understood politics. You know, it's one of the reasons why he was so effective at running Zaun with all the different factions and everything, is he understood how to, you know, balance different interests against one another and to make deals. He knew when to apply pressure, he knew when to be hard, he knew when to give a concession, I'm assuming, because he wouldn't have gotten very far with the other factions if all he had was a stick. You always have to have a carrot too. And here he was finally at the end, you know, had achieved his objectives. I personally think with the council voting to accept all of the conditions he had, that he probably could have negotiated something to either have kept Jinx out of prison or to have gotten her a much lighter sentence so that she could have been released back to him pretty quickly. Because if they were willing to go as far as they were already willing to go, I think they were willing to go a little further, to be honest. Especially with demonstrations of good faith with the stuff like, you know, getting rid of Shimmer and everything. But unfortunately, at the end there, Jinx ended up getting forced into a crisis moment, basically a full psychotic break, and forced to make a choice. And the choice she made was rooted in Powder, but it was essentially the last push to shatter the persona of Powder, so to speak, and to leave nothing behind but Jinx. And all she cares about is chaos now. It seems like just inflicting as much pain as humanly possible. Like, she didn't even care about getting rid of Caitlyn anymore, because emotional attachments don't seem to drive anything anymore. It's just, she just wants to watch the world burn now. That was really sad, because I really was hoping, I was holding out hope the entire season that somehow she would find her way back. So yeah, assuming that somehow everybody survives up there in the council tower or whatever, it's obviously going to be full out war now. The chance of peace is pretty much going to be over. I don't know how they're going to salvage it, so it's going to be Zaun versus Piltover now, with I guess Zaun being under the leadership of Jinx. But then again, I don't know. I mean, she's so chaotic now that I don't really see her leading anyone or anything. So it's just going to be, I guess, various factions in Zaun, because we still have Heimerdinger with the Firelights now, which I would assume would be the faction most aligned with what Vander wanted, and most likely to be able to broker a peace, if it's even possible, with Piltover. And then just the various criminal elements, which are going to want to resist it, you know, changing, or, you know, to fulfill the terms of the peace, because they're bad for their business, basically. And then we still have Medarda's mother, who I think wants to conquer Piltover so that she can get her hands on the Hex tech. And, you know, this situation is going to increase the drive to weaponize the technology. Everything's just going to go straight to shit. And then we still have Victor and his studies. I think, yeah, sure, he wants to shut down the Hex Core, but the Hex Core seems to have a will of its own. At least that's what I took from the scene where he was going to try to smash it with the chair. Is that it seems to, and plus we've already heard the whispers and everything before. It's like it was guiding him more than he was discovering things about it, and I feel that's just going to intensify as we move forward. Maybe the ultimate true big bad of the series is actually the Arcane itself, or at the very least the Hex Core. I don't really know how all that works either. But anyway, guys, let me know what you thought of this episode, of this season, and let's get into the comments and speculate about what's to come. But obviously within reason. Let's not bring elements of lore in that will probably be touched on in the future. You know, there's obviously, you know, the people who make the games have probably started thinking a lot about what aspects they want to bring into this. And some of you guys, for instance, have mentioned that they've been refining the lore through in-game events that are specifically related to the show. They're like, I guess, labeled Arcane events. So if you know that there's something from that, because I haven't played the games and it hasn't been touched on yet, and it's probably going to play into the future, please don't talk about it without a spoiler warning and some space, just so that, you know, we don't end up getting spoiled over here. Yeah. Even though I probably actually will end up looking up lore anyway, because I know how I am.
Nerd alert!
But we'll see how it goes. Still use the spoilers and space just in case I don't decide to go do it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for sticking with me through this season. It was a very good show. I really loved it. It tore my heart out, but it also gave me a lot of great stuff to think about, a lot of really fun moments. All these characters were fantastic. And it's true, I never came to love Silco as a person, but I absolutely loved him as a character, and I'm sad to see him go, to be perfectly honest. And also, actually, not just because he was such a great character, but because I do think he was a stabilizing force for Zaun, even though he was also obviously a very bad person. And he's a classic example of, like, you know, one of those evil dictators that, you know, you say to yourself, oh, toppling that guy would be nothing but good, but you get rid of them and the resulting power vacuum makes everything basically fall apart. And, you know, so from that perspective as well, I'm sad to see him go. But again, I'm starting to ramble. Anyway, thanks again, guys. I will see you for next season. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot. Make sure you do your best to stay safe and be well. And I will see you for whatever's next. Bye-bye.